Alright, guys. Let me make sure everything's okay. I'm going to start early today. I got a lot to say. Um, I've been sick all week, so that's why I haven't got on. Let's see here. And I have some amazing news. I'll get to that in a minute. Alright, that looks good. Light looks good. Look at, oh my god, look how sexy I look. Hi, my name is Daryl Phillips, and I would like to just talk. That's it. I'd like to just talk. What? What do you think I was going to say? Stop thinking dirty. Naughty people. Okay. So, my name is Daryl Phillips, owner of New World Apology Gaming, and what we do here is listen to you talk. I had stomach bouts this week, and so it was kind of bad. So, but I am okay now. I will be releasing my video will be launched on Monday at 4 o'clock, and we're gonna be talking about the next step: fill your house. Because once your house is clean, it's empty. You got to fill it up with new things, good things. You got to make sure your house looks good, right? You can't just leave an empty house once you clean it, right? And that's what we're going to discuss tonight: the connection between those two, and actually how it's related to something that's going on in my life right now. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. How do I ask this question? Let's see. Okay. Can you imagine yourself doing something that 25 years ago you couldn't do? Well, I'm in that scenario right now. As you guys know, oh, by the way, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. I talk about all sorts of things. Tonight's one is going to be very interesting for everybody because you're going to learn a little bit more about Daryl and my past a little bit, but how it associates with the steps. So check this out. As you guys know, Sophia got her job in Minnesota, and she'll be starting on May 18th, or around that time. And I'm gonna stay here, but I didn't have a plan for anything past a year. After Dwan passed away, my plan shattered into the ground. Went into the ground with him, and so I was gonna play this by ear. All right. Well, me and Sophia have been talking all week. All right. We've been talking all week for a week and a half now about this, and she's getting prepared. She's getting her mind prepared to go. And she had already talked to me about maybe possibly like in a year or so getting a house somewhere other than Minnesota, and maybe be joining her wherever it is. Well, then that conversation led to, which I'm fine with, by the way. Which led to, I'm like, Sophia, why don't you just move to Wisconsin? And we thought about it because, for the people that don't know this, I was born in Texas, but my dad got a preaching job when I was 6 years old in Wisconsin, and I lived in Wisconsin, went to school in Wisconsin. Okay, a little town called Luck. Shout out to Luck High School and all the people from my school. Um, my friend Larry, my friend Maggie. Um, oh, Larry's wife. That's right. Forgot. That's right. Larry's wife Heidi was in my class too. Um, Shout out to y'all, and I'll be seeing y'all soon, very soon, about a year or so, and that's the point of this conversation. As we were going through the process of talking about this conversation, talk about this move of hers, it dawned on us that well, why don't we try to get, because I can help put a down payment. Use By the time I leave, I'll have almost $10,000 myself. I can help put a down payment on a house. Well, then the conversation evolved into where would we live? I'm like, well, Sophia, I have friends in the Luck area, in Polk County, that kind of area, and people that live in Wisconsin in general, because I know people. And so, what's going to happen? Long story short, what's going to happen is, I am in about a year. So Sophia's going to leave in about a year or so, maybe a year and a half. Hopefully not 2 years, but within that time frame, between a year and 2 years, I'm going to leave here. She's gonna come. By the way, we're gonna visit each other. I'm gonna go up there and visit her. She's gonna come down here and visit me. Uh, um, Me and her daughter are friends too. Her daughter's funny, but so she's gonna come down here and we're gonna get the rest of the stuff. So I'll gather up all my office stuff, and by that time we will have that house. And then I will be doing my first YouTube live from Wisconsin. Now, this might not be a big deal for anyone else, but let's talk about the steps for a second, the ingredients, and let's talk about what I just told you guys. Now, you guys listen to me tell you that, but let's, so you can have an understanding of how epic this is. I told myself many years ago. In fact, my friend Maggie reminded me of it when I told her what was going to happen. So Maggie and Larry knew before this live. Remember, they were the only ones up there that knew. And Maggie made a comment, how weird is that for you? Because she knows Texas is my home. I don't care where I live. I could die somewhere else. Texas is my home. But the situation has changed. I can no longer walk properly. I am in danger of falling every time I get in and out of the shower, so forth and so on. I do not believe that it is safe for me until I get my legs fixed for me to live by myself. Besides, me and Sophia are the greatest team ever that has ever existed outside. Me and Dwan and Sophia were the greatest trio ever to exist. I'm not really playing. Because of the way we were. Because we're our Christian camaraderie. We loved each other. I love Sophia. Sophia loves me. We would protect each other. You can't find that kind of friendship. That's Sophia's friend. Poppy will come visit her all the time. And I know that my friends in Wisconsin will come to visit me. But there's so many things going on that's so cool for me. That it's so amazing that I can't even believe that I'm talking to you guys about this. Because I told myself many years ago I would never, not ever, 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 ever live in Wisconsin again. When I was in high school, and when I was in school in general, especially high school, I was bullied, picked on. Basically, those kids, now, many of them I'm friends with on Facebook, they were kids, so I'm not blaming them, so there's no animosity, just so you know. But what they didn't know is I had bipolar disorder and PTSD, and their actions literally drove me to almost wanting to kill myself. Their actions for sure drove me to the hospital. Now, like I said, there's no blame here. It's many, many years later. This was 1996. But that's not the only cool thing. In other words, basically, I am facing something, facing a struggle of mine that I had from my past, and facing it head on. Second cool thing. I'm about to buy a house. I'm about to get emotional. I apologize. I wish Dewan was here to see it. I wish he was here to see it. He would be so proud. Because by the time I leave here, I'm going to have, like I said, I've already got $3,100. I just opened up another Roth IRA, the NVIDIA one. So I'm doing a good job of saving money. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I love my friends. I could not do this stuff without you guys. And the coolest part about this camera stuff and me being able to do this is Lori, she's not coming with me, says she'll be here, but I'll still be able to talk to her through this. I can come visit her, but more than that, it doesn't have to be like just a visit. She'll still be able to watch my videos. She'll still be doing that. Same thing with Tanya. Tanya lives here. It sucks about my body. It sucks about my legs. It sucks about my health issues. But here's where tonight's lesson, as it were, comes in. See, I'm going to be releasing my video on Monday. So I want to show you guys how step 1 and step 2 are connected. And I want to use what I just told you guys to show you. If I had not cleaned my house, if I had not cleaned it up, cleaned up the animosity I had, not dislike, I had hatred towards Wisconsin. I had hatred. I have and shame because of it, because I'm not a hateful person. But that is the only thing I can ever say I truly hated was that place, that city. It truly means, because I'm willing to go back there and go back there without anything going on. It truly means that I've completely opened my mind to everything. It's one of the best signs you'll ever get for yourself when you can actually do something like that. Face a former enemy of yours, look at that person in the eye and ask how their day is. Now, you guys might find that corny, but I'm pretty sure, and I teach Christian concepts on here, so if you're a Christian, you'll understand this. As a Christian, you're not allowed to hate other people. It says, be angry and sin not. So I have worked on my life for going on 19 years. Sophia has been there and has seen the worst sides of me. And you know what? She'd be the first person to tell you that you guys ever see Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Somebody replaced Daryl. Because I could not have done this before. And then there's the pride of being able to get my own house. It'll be shared, but between me and Sophia. But the point, her idea, she went into this whole thing. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but basically, it's going to do it so when I do payments, it'll help build credit for me, so I can get my own house. Sometimes I wonder how God works in my life, because I get frustrated, y'all. I'm not saying that God doesn't work in my life, but I'm saying it's very difficult for me to do this and feel like I don't get rewarded for it, because I don't get paid. I mean, I'm not even there yet. I have to sell T-shirts. I'm gonna try to sell T-shirts and things like that on here, but it's a point of pride for me to be able to get on here and talk about this. So, cleaning your house. Well, when your house is empty, it still can get dirty. It still will get dirty. You have to fill it up with good things and keep it clean. Had I not kept it clean, none of this would mean anything. My mom would be so proud. I'll be able to go to my mom's grave anytime I want to now. Y'all want to know something really sad? Because of how far, in fact, I don't have a car. Sophia's going to buy a car too. I'm going to try to help her do that. But you guys want to know something sad? I have never been to my sister's grave. I've never been to Jacqueline's grave. I didn't have a way there. It's in Pine City, Minnesota. I'll be able to go see my sister's grave now. And I do have some family. Christy's up there. Christy helps young people and parents with mental illness. So we're working on the same game plan, but she does younger people. She tries to help the best way she can. And then, of course, there's my friends that I still have from up there, from high school. It's strange. It's so strange to me, because I'm gonna be doing this right here, and I'll be doing this from Wisconsin, and every once in a while my friends will get to see me in my cameras and see how I do this stuff, that they'll be able to verify that, yeah, he works. I can't wait to see Larry. I can't wait to see Maggie. It's going to be fun. But a little over a year from now, I'll be out of here. Oh, trust me, I will miss Texas. Texas is my home. But I can't physically move around anymore. My legs are finished. They're done. And until I get them fixed, they're done. And here's the thing about this. These two steps are clear as day, but at the same time, I'm carrying my ingredients. All of the ingredients are being carried. And part of that is venting, taking advice, right? Well, me and Sophia vented and we took advice. She vented to me, I vented to her. We gave advice to each other, and this is the plan. That's why it's vital. That's if you don't learn anything from me ever again. There it is. Because she was as frustrated as I am. She doesn't want to leave. I'm not going to get into the whole what her mind frame was, but basically, this wasn't comfortable for her, and I think she has a little buyer's remorse, and so, but it's too late. She already got the job. So she's gonna help me, and I'm gonna help her. And that's just gonna way it's gonna have to be for now. But that house will be as much mine as it is Sophia's. It won't be just like I'm living with Sophia. That house will be half mine. And that's so cool for me to say out of my mouth. I know maybe some of y'all think this is silly. What an idiot, what a dork. You don't know what it means to me. It's pretty cool to know that this is coming down the pike. It's gonna suck for a year. I'm not again, but I have a lot to work on. With this, I need to get some things not finished, but more detailed, more exact, as it were. And so I got some things I need to do, and I love Sophia, but she is a distraction sometimes. She'll be the first person to tell you she's a distraction. But she's a good distraction. But it's hard for me sometimes to get work done when she comes home. Sophia is my best friend, and I rely on her. I don't necessarily trust everybody with my emotional stuff. Sophia is the only one, and I'm learning to trust other people with my emotional stuff. But I absolutely 100% put my life in her hands, and she does the same for me. Because I'm not gonna brag on myself. She would have to tell you guys herself. And maybe she will. I was thinking about doing an interview with Sophia. We just haven't had time. But I've helped her too. 1 second. What wasn't nice, Sophia? What wasn't nice? Sophia, stop it. Heard what I just said. Y'all hide me. Let's just play. So anyway, do you guys see what I'm talking about though? That's how it works. It's a process. It's a process. A very good process, I might add. It's not going to be right away with results all the time. Me and Sophia were frustrated because this just seemed like such a sucky solution. I mean, hell, Dwan just passed away. I'm having health issues, and I found out I have all these health issues, and then all of a sudden now this is happening, and it seemed like God. Ever since Dwan died, things just got worse. Instead of thinking like that, find a solution. It might not be something you want to do. It might be something you have to do in the meantime. Maybe me and Sophia won't live in Wisconsin, but I got a feeling Sophia's gonna like Wisconsin. It's big, and it's very very pretty during the summer, and it's very cold in the winter, of course. But she lived in Minnesota. But I'm saying though, you all know that she never lived out in the country. She lived in the Twin Cities. But I was talking to Sophia the other day. I had such a hard time making friends with anyone. I had a hard time introducing myself. I was so uncomfortable around people. But now I have no problem introducing myself to somebody. And there's just certain regular, normal questions that I would get so offended by because I was so uncomfortable in my own skin that I couldn't talk. But I'm utterly proud of this plan. This was me and Sophia at our best, right here. This was me and Sophia taking a situation that we didn't really like and turning it upside down and benefiting from it. That's what I'm saying. If you use the ingredients and you think things through, anything's possible, but it takes time. And the more problems you have, like me, the longer it takes, the harder it is. Sophia. And it's so like when I left the hospital, so like I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 1996, and they had me in there till springtime, about March, April. Then I went to Cumberland. I was in Winnebago Mental Health Institute down in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. You know what's funny about that? I actually heard Glenn Beck actually say that name, and I couldn't believe it because it's also next to a prison. But anyway, so I was down there, and then I ended up in Cumberland, Wisconsin, in a group home. I was there till May, and then that's when I started living in Texas. I have not. I went to Mom and Dad's house a couple times when I was married a long time ago. But I haven't been to Wisconsin in forever. What's crazy is I told myself I would never go back. I told myself I would never go back. And see, what we do is we have a problem over here, and that problem caused us more problems, and we forget about all the details of the original problem. So the problems over here start getting worse and worse. That problems cause problems, cause problems, cause problems, and all the way down. So eventually, you don't even remember how you got started. Okay? I spent so long, years ago, I haven't had hate in my heart in a long time. But back before I met Sophia, and around for the first couple of years of my friendship with Sophia, I really had a hatred. I had a hatred towards Wisconsin. I'm ashamed to say that I said some pretty bad things in my heart, and because I hurt so bad. Back in the day, I hurt so bad, y'all. I was in so much mental anguish that every single day that I was in high school, I was in utter misery. It took me a long time to get that out of my head. It took me a long time to get the bullying out of my head. It took a long time to get the faces of the people that did that to me out of my head. It took a long time and several different people to calm me down and get me to realize that, dude, you were teenagers. They're not the same people. And then I joined Facebook in 2008 or so. Sean was the first person I invited, I think. And that was the first time I talked to anybody from high school in quite a long time. Sean was. I got to see Sean a couple years ago when we went to Pikes Peak in 2019 when me and Sophia went. I met Sean with his wife. It's pretty cool. But I had this thing inside me that was so awful and gangrenous, if that's a word. I think that's a word. It ate me up. It burned me alive. And everyone around me. Y'all, I am so far beyond that, it's not even funny. Am I rich? Nope. Can I rub 2 pennies together? Well, I do have actually 2 pennies or 2 dimes over there, I think. My point is, I'm working. This isn't to get rich, because I want to help other people that maybe teenagers that are going through the same thing. Try to educate, Christy tries to educate parents about mental illness, but you don't know what happens. It's awful. It's awful to have to go through certain things. And then after high school, I went straight to being homeless, basically. I had all these awful experiences early in my adult life, but I had all this hate in my heart. So back in the day, I had never dealt with it. Didn't have ingredients, didn't have steps, like I told you guys. But I'm proud to say that I am so far beyond that now. I am looking forward to seeing people up there. I'm looking forward to showing Sophia different places I used to go. I think I took her to Wisconsin a couple times when I first met her, because I met her in Minnesota, actually. So I wanted to share that with y'all tonight. I wanted to just give you guys a little preview. If you guys can see the connection between the first step and the second step, because Monday I'll be releasing the video on the second step, and the idea of fill your house, the idea of fill it up with good things. You got to fill it up with good things. So I wanted to give you guys that message for the week. I apologize for not being on. I was sick, very sick this week. So I hope you guys forgive me for that, for being sick. But that being said, I'm going to try to work on some stuff. I want you to behave yourself. Be safe when you're traveling. Be safe when you get there. Watch your surroundings. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't drink and drive. I know that it's the weekend, but don't drink and drive. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. Be understanding of yourself, too. You're not God. You can't solve all the problems yourself. You might need help to even solve help. And in other words, if someone else needs help, maybe you don't necessarily, maybe you can't help. Maybe your friend can. Go get your friend. You know what I mean? Just be aware that you're not God, and that don't feel bad if you can't do it at the moment. Okay, do something at the moment, because you can't put yourself out. You know what I mean? Remember, life is fleeting. You're not promised your next breath, so take now, go outside your box, learn something new. You never know what you may learn about yourself, like returning back to a place you never thought you would. And until Monday, may the Lord of Light guide you in all things. Goodbye.